Good morning, students. This is P. Srinivas, PGT Mathematics. COVID-19 spreads over the world. Approximately more than 1 crore people are affected by this virus all over the world. Particularly in India, 6,461 people are affected by this coronavirus. So, my dear students, in this situation, we are responsible for the society. We have to take care of our health. Therefore, my dear students, before going to our topic, I want to tell you and I want to give you a checklist which indicates a precautionary measures for COVID-19. So this checklist consists of 5 questions, yes or no questions. So such as, look at the board. This is a checklist for you. It is called healthy checklist. So do the checklist properly, evaluate yourself and check yourself. First of all, note down this checklist. Okay now? So, for example, if you take the question, are you going outside only if it's necessary? If it is yes, you are to take the yes. So, do like this and check yourself. Okay, come to our topic. So today's topic is congruent lines and properties related to a triangle. So today in this class we are going to learn definition of congruent lines and some properties related to a triangles. So what is congruent lines? Let us learn. Our topic is congruent lines and properties related to a triangle. First of all, we have to know what is the definition of a congruent lines. Congruent lines. Have you ever listened to the word congruent? Yes. So, congruent lines. So, my dear students, observe the board very carefully. Here, a diagram is drawn here on the board in the plane. So, my dear students, what do you observe on the board? Lines. How many lines we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines we have. So, anything else? What do you observe? Yes. All the lines are intersecting at a point. Very good. So, now we can define that. If 2 or more lines are intersecting at a point, then the lines are called congruent lines. If 2 or more lines intersecting at a point, then The lines are called, then the lines are called concurrent lines. Yes. So, do you observe the point? Yes. So, this is a common point. This common point is known as point of concurrency. So, and then we can say that the point of intersection, the point of intersection, the point of intersection is called point of concurrency. Point of concurrency. So, do you understand? These lines are called concurrent lines. This point of intersection is called point of concurrency. And next, come to the next topic. Next topic is properties related to a triangle. So today in this class, we are going to learn some properties which is related to a triangle. So, for example, if you take the first property is median of a triangles are concurrent. Second property is the altitudes of a triangles are concurrent. Like that, we have two more properties. We will learn the two more properties in the next class. But in this class, we are going to learn two properties. As I have said that the first property is the medians of a triangles are concurrent, and the second property is the altitudes of a triangles are concurrent. So, what is the median? When do they are called? When do they form centroid? And let us discuss what is centroid related to the medians. So, what is orthocenter related to the altitudes? Let us learn. Now, first property. The first property is the medians. The medians of a triangle are concurrent. So this concept is given in the lower classes, such as in the 10th class also it is given. The medians of triangles are concurrent. You know this property. So, but what is median? Children, can anyone tell what is the median? Okay, right. So, the median is nothing but a line which is coming from a vertex of a triangle to a midpoint of its opposite side is called a median. So, we have three medians of triangles. Are formed, and also the medians of triangles are concurrent. So, look at the board. Here, the triangle is drawn. The triangle is L, M, N. L is a vertex, M a vertex, and N vertex. So, having the three vertices. So, now median. So, a median is nothing but a line coming from a vertex to a midpoint of its opposite side. So, this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint of its opposite side. So, this is called median. Let us say yellow is a median. And similarly, two more medians can be drawn from a vertices M and N. So, we can draw one more median from a vertex M to its midpoint of its opposite to a midpoint of its opposite side. So, let us draw. So, a line coming from a M, and a line is drawn from vertex to a midpoint of its opposite side. So this is a P. So MP is also a median, and also one more median can also be drawn from the vertex N. So the median can be drawn from the vertex N. So a line coming from vertex N to a midpoint of its opposite side. Here, midpoint of its opposite side. So NQ is also a median of a triangle. So we can clearly observe that the three medians are intersecting at a point. The three medians are intersecting at a point. So how many medians we have, children? Three medians. So three medians are intersecting at a point. So you can say that the three medians of a triangle are concurrent, or you can say that the medians of a triangle are concurrent. The point of congruency is called centroid of a triangle. So this is a centroid. The centroid is denoted by G. So here a line coming from a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of its opposite side is called median. So like this, how many lines can be formed in the triangle? Good, 3. So 3 medians are formed in the triangle. So 3 medians of triangles are formed. So from the picture we can clearly say that the 3 medians are intersecting at a point. So finally, hence we can say that the medians of a triangle are concurrent. The medians of a triangle are concurrent. So the medians of a triangle are concurrent. So the point of congruency is called the point of congruency. The point of congruency is called centroid. So it is denoted by G. So in the previous class, that is in the 10th class, we learned how to find the center of a triangle when the 3 vertices are given. So we know how to find the center of a triangle. So now come to the next topic is next property. Second property is the altitudes of a triangle are also concurrent. The altitudes of a triangle also concurrent. So what is meant by altitude? Let us learn. So how the altitudes are concurrent? Let us see. So first of all, dear students, note down this first property. So now second property Second property is the altitudes. The altitudes of a triangle are concurrent. Or concurrent. So the altitudes. This the word also we heard that in the 10th class itself. Altitudes. It is clearly given. The altitudes of a triangle are concurrent. So, my dear students, do you know anybody what is meant by altitude? Right. Yes. All right. Okay. So, median. Median is nothing but a line. A line. Sorry, not median. Altitude. Altitude. So, have you ever listened the altitude? The word altitude? Yes. Okay. All right. So, altitude is nothing but a line. A line coming from a vertex of a triangle to its opposite side, which is perpendicular. So we can say that once again. I will repeat the question: a line which is coming from a vertex of a triangle and perpendicular to its opposite side. So that line is called altitude. So here the figure is drawn here. The triangle A B C is the triangle. Here we have a vertex A B C of vertices A comma B comma C respectively. So here what is altitude? Point is here what is altitude. So clearly just have said that altitude is nothing but a line coming from a vertex of a triangle and perpendicular to its opposite side. Perpendicular to its opposite side. So this is called altitude. This is called altitude. So how many more altitudes can be drawn in the triangle? Yes, two more can be drawn. Yes. So we can draw two more altitudes can be drawn from vertex B and one more from vertex C. So like this. One more from a vertex C. From vertex C. So now here A, D, E, F. So here the altitudes are A, D, B, C, F. Are the altitudes here. So students, how many altitudes can be formed in the triangle? Yes, three altitudes are formed. So, and what do you observe from the picture? Yes, right, very good. So the altitudes of a triangle intersecting at a point. The three altitudes of a triangle intersecting at a point. So we can say that clearly from the picture, we can say that the altitudes of a triangle are also concurrent. The altitudes of a triangle are also concurrent. So the point of congruency, this point of congruency is known as orthocenter. The orthocenter is denoted by O. So now a line which is coming from a vertex of a line which is coming from a vertex of a triangle and perpendicular to its opposite side. Perpendicular to its opposite side. perpendicular to its opposite side. So is called altitude. Is called altitude. Is called altitude. So clearly, here three altitudes are formed. Three altitudes. Three altitudes are formed. Three altitudes are formed. Three altitudes of a triangle are formed. So the altitudes are concurrent. The altitudes are concurrent. The altitudes are concurrent. This point of congruency is called orthocenter. The point of congruency. The point of congruency is called orthocenter. So this is joined by O. Is joined by O. So and so in our syllabus it is given that how to find the orthocenter. This is a from this concept one long question will be given in the public examination as well as internal examinations also. So that is how to find the orthocenter of a triangle. So in the next class, how to find the orthocenter of a triangle. We are going to learn. So from this finding the orthocenter is an important question that is given that is given in the public exams frequently. So how to find the orthocenter of a triangle we will learn in the next class. Okay, we will meet in the next class, students.